welcome back to another wonderful episode of the Jay and Hater Podcast.
Welcome back. How you feeling?
I am good, man. I'm good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing really good.
I'm lying. I ain't good, man. Say, man. Man, boy, I thought I had the vid, man. Boy, I thought the corona got me. Boy, I thought the dude break gave it to
crisis averted, though.
Man, listen, man. Look, I know some of you probably don't think this shit is for real. Or I don't know what you think.
Or don't think it's that serious.
Yeah, but man, if you know you're not feeling well, man, stay at home.
Stay the fuck at home.
Because that's what happened, man. One of my coworkers, look, he ain't gonna listen to it, so I don't even give a damn.
And if he does, so what?
So he came to work. He just came back from a trip the night before, showed up to work. You know, he was already we were kind of peeping it, like he was sniffling, and you know, he had a thing on his mouth, and
like
so
a bump.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then so we was like,
interpreter.
Okay. And then so I was like, the next day I was like, man, I'm just gonna stay at the crib. And then they say the next day he came in, he was even more like he was sneezing and coughing and stuff. And then like over the weekend he was like, yo, I'm sorry, y'all, I tested positive for corona. Yeah.
What did he say?
And then so all of us is like, okay, so now everybody at work gotta go get tested. And then so other people, got it. Everybody, there's a few other people that tested positive, and then people tested positive, and then so people had to, cancel plans. So I'm just saying, man, look, I understand not only you have to think about yourself, you have to think about others and the domino effect that it could cause with you being unsafe with yourself.
Right. And then, other people have people that they're trying to see and things that they're trying to do. And
like grandmas and grandpas and people that's sick, man.
Stay at home! Just...
Like, man, if you don't feel well, man, just stay at home.
Just stay at home. Wear your mask.
At least wear a mask, for sure.
Stay at home. Don't be around folks. Don't nobody want that. Stay 6 feet away from people. Don't be laughing and kikiing in their face.
Yeah, man.
Other people have things to do.
I understand you might not. The mask ain't the most popular thing to do. Nobody really likes it.
Listen, I'm starting to low-key love it because I be talking mad shit to people and making faces, and you can't really tell because my eyes just look.
And it'd be funny, like, especially if you're in an aisle full of people, you can just kind of say what you want, and they'd be like, who said that? I don't know, because I can't see nobody's mouth move.
Right, exactly. Talk your shit.
Yeah, boy, I know that you should be getting that hover round, but goddamn, boy, shit, she got a bucket full of shit. She got a hover round full and a bucket full of shit.
I ain't a hover round.
Who said that?
Rude.
So what you got for this week, man?
Man, so, this has been heavy on my heart.
Talk to me.
A lot of people are, reevaluating their life and what they want to do, their passions and whatnot. So a lot of people are wanting to, start their own businesses.
Yeah.
Listen.
A lot of people are doing that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Had a lot of time to think about if that's what you really wanted to do or not. And make it happen.
Or at least try. At least attempt to. Now it's kind of like the perfect time. It's like the sweet spot to try to, launch your own business. We're in what is they call the information age, technology age, where everything is literally at your fingertips. So you don't have to go to a library and do a whole bunch of extensive research somewhere else.
Is libraries still open?
Libraries are still open, yes.
People still go get the books.
People still go get books. They rent books and all that stuff.
They rent them?
I actually, because I forgot I had a library card in the city we used to live in, and they sent me an email, and they were like, oh, by the way, we're not charging late fees anymore. Just please come in. And it's like, okay.
I used to know people used to go there and get like DVDs from the library.
I just knew people that were going to the library to use the internet because they didn't have internet at home.
Damn, boy, that's a crazy world we live in.
But anyways, so what are we talking about? So there's a lot of information at your fingertips, so a lot of people have access to like vendors and, networking and seeing other people, starting their own businesses and things like that. And so a lot of people are wanting to, let me start my own business and let me do this and let me do that.
I'm going to get the LLCs and the DBDs.
They see this person doing really well with their own business. They see this person doing great. Well, if they can do it, I can do it.
Yeah, we talked about that before. Like, people be like, yo, if that nigga did it, I know I should be able to do it.
Then a lot of y'all are lazy when it comes to it. Everyone wants to put in the work. No, I'm sorry. No one wants to put in the work, but they want the result.
They want the goal, but they don't want the work.
They want to reap the benefits without putting in the work. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about. This image that people want to, portray, or those that are actually trying to go towards their goal.
So it's almost like if it's do you really have a passion for it, or do you want the glory that comes from doing it?
Do you want the passion, or do you want the profit and the benefits? So, yeah, that's what we're gonna talk about today.
All right, let's go.
So, there are some people, and it's funny because I had to learn this the hard way, where they're like, "Oh, if you have a hobby, turn it into a profit."
Turn into a passion or money. And then,
turn your passion into a profit.
Oh, yeah.
You like taking pictures? Be a photographer. Wait, there's way more into that than just being a photographer and taking pictures. So
I always thought that took the fun out of it sometimes. Too.
And see, that's the thing. I feel like everyone needs to have some type of hobby or hobbies, and not every hobby is meant to turn it into like a job or a hustle, because then you have different requirements. For example, I have a friend that loves playing with makeup.
Yeah.
Oh, you should be a makeup artist. Well, if you're a makeup artist and you're doing other people's makeup, you may not be able to be as creative as you want to be and play with it, because you have people that want certain looks. They want this. They don't want this.
You got to do it to their specifications.
You have schedules. You have people that you need to see. You have to travel to them, or they're booking you at the last minute, and then you're having to buy extra shades and colors that you normally wouldn't buy. So
that's a lot of money too.
It's a lot, and it may take the fun out of it. So my thing is, not every hobby should be turned into a hustle. Some stuff just needs to stay in house.
Right. I guess I get.
But
stay being fun, because once you start trying to make it more than fun, then you be like, damn, I don't know if I want to do this. Because I know people who used to like to act. Yeah. To where whenever they were just kind of freeballing it, and it was just like I could pick up projects here and there. Like, it was fun to them, but then when they had to depend on it as a way of life, to where there's classes and then scheduling, and then their quality of life becomes tapered. You know what I'm trying to say? And then they be like, damn, I don't know if this is really
do I even really like it anymore?
Yeah, do I really like this shit, or do I am just doing it because I want to be famous?
Now, don't get me wrong. There are some hobbies that you're like, no, I really like it, and I like cooking. I want to turn this into a side hustle because I want to share my talent and share my food and creations with people. I'm not saying that, that doesn't happen, because it most certainly does. Sure. But you kind of have to, sit down and, have a little meeting with yourself and be like, is this really what I want to do? Is this going to take away from my enjoyment of it? Because then you took your one hobby, your one thing that you really like to fuck with, and now you don't like it anymore, or you get to where you start hating it. And now it's like, well, what else can you do to kind of release, kind of take a break from the everyday?
Oh, yeah. Then you need something else. Kind of like drugs. When people be like, hey, man, I used to smoke weed.
I knew the part was fake, but I still ate it because I'm a gremlin.
I used to smoke weed because it was cool, but then
it started not really affecting me, so I went to heroin. Wait a minute. No. But no, it is kind of like that, where you kind of get bored. Another thing that's, I'm just going to say what my pet peeves are, because as, I'm also an entrepreneur myself. Yeah, we kind of are with this whole podcast and things like that. There are certain things that I see. A lot of people that they want a side hustle. They see other people having these hustles and these extracurriculars. And so they're like, I want to find something to do too. I don't know what to do, but I want to do something.
Shirts can't
and then they're like, hey, you make shirts. What do I need to do to start making shirts? Tell me what to do. Like, not, hey, I've done my research. What do you suggest? I'm thinking of this or this. What are the pros
which one do you got, though?
Right.
Which one you use? I don't care about none of the other shit.
Tell me everything that you use to make shirts, because I want to do it. I want you to put it in a book, and I want you to give it to me. I want you
to go buy the shit and then bring it to me.
Right, and bring it to me and tell me what to do.
And then show me how to do it.
And answer any questions that I may have, first of all.
And then get out. Because I got shirts to make.
Coming up into the whole entrepreneurship game and t-shirts and things like that, I used to be like, why do people charge for like vendor information? Why do people charge to show people how to do what they do? I get it now, because especially if it is a passion of yours, if it's something that you really take seriously and you put your blood, sweat, and tears into it to come up with this to where you're at right now, you ain't gonna give that shit away for free.
You can't get it. Pimp C said don't get a game away for free.
Now, again, and listen, to anybody that may be a customer or client of mine, I appreciate each and every one of you that may have asked me, and if I I hope I may, to some of them, I may be like, oh, why is she kind of, her reaction, her answers are kind of short, and she's not really as giving a bunch of information like she usually does, because you do not understand. There is a lot that goes into it, and it's not done the same way with everybody. So it's one of those things where you kind of have to find your groove, and you kind of have to, if you really, really want to do it, it's going to take a lot of time. You're going to lose money. With any business, you're going to have to invest time and money and things like that. And I'm not going to sit here and take 5-6 years of what I've learned and just hand it over to you. And I don't even know if you because what if I hand it over to you and then you be like...
And you start taking my people.
No, it's not even that. It ain't about no competition, because ain't no competition. Well, it's enough money for all of us out here, and plus I know the quality of my work. But anyways, but it's like, what if I hand all this to you on a silver platter, and then you do what Miss Jenrick did on Martin? Like, I don't want no damn tuna, and then I don't want this anymore. I thought I wanted something, but I don't. And then that's all my time and money that I wasted. And my passion trying to show you the game, and you don't even want it.
And you don't even.
We're not doing that. So you know what? You may as well pay for it, because if you pay for it, then that means you've at least invested something into it.
See, I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of how I got into IT. It's like, I remember I used to be in the computers when computers wasn't, big for everybody. Mm-hmm. And something broke on my shit, and I had to take it to this dude. He was like, "Hey, that'll be $200 off top." I was like, I need it fixed, and I gave it to him. I handed him my computer. He opened it. Took it out, popped it in, handed it back to me. He looked at me, he winked his eye. I was like, I got to learn this shit. I
can make big money.
Dog, I was fixing all kind of people's shit. I was upcharging like a motherfucker.
Because it's something that's foreign, and nobody wants to even take the time to learn. But
that's also kind of how I got into the iPhone and jailbreaking and all that shit game, is because I got finessed like that too. The nigga was like, "Hey, bring your shit over at jailbreaking." And 5 minutes, and I was like, "Nigga, you mean I could have just Googled this shit real quick?"
Right.
So I'm just saying, don't give away your knowledge for free.
No. I mean, you can be a mentor. You can be like a little, be like a buddy to someone who's up and coming, but don't just give away all your secrets for free. It's not on some competition shit, but at the same time, if you really put your blood, sweat, and tears into it, you have a little bit more invested. And it's going to show in your quality of work.
But also, don't do it for the shine.
Right.
Like, if you want to do something, do it because you want to, or because you want to make some money of it. But don't just do it for the internet. Right. Like, don't just say you're doing the shit and then you're not really doing it. Because,
again, you can definitely tell on the quality. The quality of the work, the customer service, why are you really doing it? Another issue that I have is people that take on too much. Like they have all these ideas, and listen, I am here for my people having ideas and wanting to do this, and I've always thought about doing this, and then I want to do this, and I want to do this. I've been there. If it's to sound like an auntie, I've been there. I was doing photography, and then I also wanted to do, resumes, and then I also wanted to do, some little small event cooking, events, catering things on the side and things like that. And I was trying to do it all at the same time, and I couldn't perfect anything. Yeah. I couldn't. Before I started doing shirts and things, I was doing photography. And I realized that, shirts is cool. I think I'm really interested in it. My degree is in fashion merchandising. Yeah, that's true. It's in the fashion world, but I don't want to fucking sew, but I can still make creations and make designs and things like that. So I had to realize if I really wanted to get good at this, I'm going to have to let something else go.
Yeah, so you saying you got to drop some of the bags. I mean, I know they teach everybody to pick up all the bags you can get, but sometimes you got to drop some of them bitches so you can move forward because you're getting weighed down. I know, like, some of the advice that my grandmother gave me used to be like, "Hey, put your hand in as many pockets as you can because you never know what you're going to get out of them."
I get it.
I mean...
But do you have to do it at the same time? Like,
and that's what, it's like, okay, you can do a little bit of this, and you do a little bit of that, and you do a little bit of that.
Marketing.
It's almost like fishing. Yeah. You just throwing it out there, and you're just like, if I get something cool, if I throw it out, I didn't get nothing this time. Right. Just been saying, just stick with it.
Stick with it. Take the time. Learn your craft. Perfect your craft. Because you don't want to have one or two different I mean, it's okay to have like one or two different things that you do, but if you offer like 5 or 6, 7 different services, and you have the same Facebook page, and you're offering, I do lashes, I do taxes, I babysit kids, I do hair, and then I also do credit repair,
and I put the diamonds in them.
Wait a minute.
And I'm a part-time barber.
I'm not saying that you can't.
Pedicures.
I'm not saying that. Oh, you do pedicures, but I'm not saying that you can't do it. But there takes time in perfecting. You have to get your clientele. You have to get, you have to perfect your customer service. You have to learn, because a lot of industries are constantly changing.
Yeah.
And so you have to be ready to adapt to that change. Take the trainings. Do whatever it needs.
There's a lot of free training.
There's a lot of free training, but you have to devote that time and effort and energy into it to perfect it. Because if you have just a bunch of mediocre products and services, your business is always going to be you know what I mean?
And then you're going to be like, damn, why are they doing so good? And I'm doing so terrible.
What are you known for?
And then you're going to be hating.
Because my thing is, there's nothing wrong with your hating it. But shout out to the Boondocks. But, you can perfect this one thing and then move on and grow and add to it.
Yes.
Make it part of like a goal. Like, be like, I want to start off doing this, but then down the line, I want to start this type of branch and maybe this type of, do it all at the same time.
But what you're saying is you don't have to do everything at one time.
Because the whole point is to be successful at it and, to make a good bag. So invest in your time, not just money.
So instead of carrying the bags, you make the bag, invest it,
you need
and
to
then
make
you
the
pick
bag,
up another one.
Protect it. Make sure it's maintained.
I skipped a step because you got to pick it up and you got to maintain it.
Yes, maintain it and then see what possibility. Yeah, you can't just give it away. So, and that's, just taking over, in general, just taking over a lot of things.
Yeah.
And just overloading yourself, because then you also have to think, if I want to do this, what am I going to sacrifice? Because being an entrepreneur, starting a business, it's kind of like you reap what you sow. You get what you put into it.
Yeah.
So if you know that your time is already very limited, are you going to be able to dedicate the time that's needed to perfect this? And if so, what are you going to have to sacrifice, and are you okay with it?
Yes.
Being an entrepreneur, you may miss, kids' games. You may miss family functions. You may miss, certain events and things that may have been important to you, but you have to sit here and do this and take care of this. And a lot of people don't realize that, why can't I do that? And then, sidebar, just because you started your own business, do not bash people that work 9 to 5s. Because I see a lot of that. I see a lot of that going on. Y'all working 9 to 5. I work for myself. Well, guess what? When you work for yourself, you're always on the clock, whether you realize it or not. You're always on the clock. You may be able to set your vacation days, but people that work 9 to 5, most of the time, if they have the PTO, they're at least still getting paid for it.
I mean,
if you're an entrepreneur and you take off, you could potentially be not making any money that day at all. Now, of course, there's the passive income, stuff like that, but that's a totally separate story. But don't bash people who go to the daily grind and do their 9 to 5, and then they have their set schedule, and they can go off and enjoy the rest of their family and schedule time off to do things.
Let me ask you a question.
What's that?
Do you think people they move quick to different ideals because they're not patient to see it out?
I feel like a lot of people, we're at the age of the internet. Everything's at our fingertips.
Like if I don't make it quick right now, if I don't make the money, if I don't get famous from it right now, then this ain't it. I need to just go to the next hot thing.
Everybody's looking for like a get rich quick type of situation. Easy credit ripoff. Not so good times. I feel like everybody thinks that it's supposed to come so fast because
it's supposed to come easy.
You may hear about this one person where it's like, oh my God, I knew them, and they all of a sudden they have like 3 locations of their lash business and things like that, but you don't know what it took to get there.
Yeah, you don't know the work.
You don't know what time. You don't know how long they've been doing it. People look at me and they're like, oh, your shirts are awesome. Y'all, I have been doing this for so long, and didn't nobody know who I was for so long. It's not easy. It's not easy. And then, do your research and just don't worry about anyone else's race that they took.
So you said mind your own bag and don't mind their bag.
Because you also don't know if their bag was gotten illegally, or if there's any shady business going on.
Or if they went to Miami and got it.
Or if they're making it seem like they have it and they really don't. How many Instagram models is really sleeping on a mattress on the floor?
Cause I be wondering that too. Cause I know a lot of cats that stunt for the internet, and I be like, and then they be like, "Yo, but them people over there, they really doing it." But I be like, but people think that you really doing it,
and you're like, "I'm really not doing it." Y'all.
So what make you think that they really doing it?
Right. It's all about perception. So don't worry about what anyone else's journey is as far as like how they got to what they got to, because you're not gonna have the same circumstances.
Yeah.
Everything
ain't gonna line up one.
And then again, if you're watching this person and comparing yourself to them, then you're already paying attention to the wrong thing.
Yeah.
You
ain't even watching your bag.
Because what their bag is gonna be totally different than yours. And for all you know, yeah, they may be doing okay right now, but if you mind your own, you could be doing even better than what you think they're doing. So just let you know. But again, you have to be patient.
And let me just say, once you get to a point that you do make it, because a lot of people do make it.
Your idea of making it.
Like, don't shit on the next person because you feel like you in a place of temper.
And you top tier. No. That you always stay humble. Because somebody will come around and humble you.
You think so?
It always happens. I'm the person that will humble you. And not on some hating shit, but I will humble you. But no, just, if someone comes to you for like mentorship or advice, definitely don't block your future blessings by shitting on them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But again, another thing, some people think, oh, I learned how to do this and this is the only way I'm going to do it. You have to be flexible.
Oh, yeah.
Because industries change. Businesses change.
Yeah.
I used to be that way where I'm like, I'm only going to do this. I'm not going to steer from this. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine.
And if you don't like it, you could just take your ass.
Right. You could go somewhere else. And then you see other people who were doing the same thing you were doing, but now they've elevated to doing other, enhancements to their process. And because that's exactly what happened to me. And now I'm like, you know what? There is a bigger bag over here if I do this. So you have to be flexible. And then also, my people, if you don't do well with people, do not have a job where you have to provide superior customer service. Because just because you're a business owner, yes, you can choose who you want to and who you don't want to do business with, but you also don't want to make a bad reputation for yourself. Because I know some very talented people, but they are stopping their own bag because of their attitude. Because they're just fucking rude.
Well, I agree and I disagree.
Okay.
In a sense. Because there are some people who make a living from having bad attitude.
But they're established, though. I'm talking about if you're just coming up. If they're an established asshole, I mean, to a point, Kanye, he's still gonna be Kanye. He's still gonna get it. But Keith over here,
Keith
in Fort Worth, Texas, he can't just be an asshole and think he's still gonna slang barbecue.
I knew this shit was kind of lopsided, but I figured you needed today anyway, so you just gonna wear it. So and I rushed it to you, so
right. So give it here and shut up. But yeah, so you definitely, customer service is a big thing. If you're not great with customer service, then make sure you have an assistant or someone who can take over that part for you.
Maybe I need to get an assistant.
I feel like I definitely need an assistant. I don't mind talking to people, but I have my moments where I'm like, I don't like anybody but who's in this house. And people want to talk to me all day and I have to, so.
I don't know. My phone just died, so I don't ever know when people be talking to me. But also, it's almost like, do you feel like people post too much for social media? Do you feel like a lot of people just do it for social media, or do they just do it because they want to be successful? You know what I'm trying to say?
I feel like a lot of people want other people to feel like they're doing well, so they stunt on social media and hope they get the responses and the likes. Because listen, just because you have a logo does not mean that that your business is about to boom. It doesn't mean you even actually have a business. I know so many people that will post a logo and be like, coming soon. 5 years later, they still getting food stamps. So,
but if you got some food stamps, I'll let your boy Lord Hater and Instagram.
But Jay, just say, but no, I feel like especially when I like to call it in the trenches, when you're just trying to get your business up, your hustle up. You can still advertise, but don't post your every move.
Oh yeah.
I'm big on energy. You know, I'm a
'Cause
hood
not
hippie.
everybody want to see you win.
Not everybody wants to see you win. And sometimes, like the great Lil Wayne says, real G's move in silence like lasagna. So you just, certain moves that you're making, your plans, you don't need to necessarily let them be known.
Yeah.
You just need to just work. Just do the work. Why do you need people to validate what you're doing?
Sometimes you just need to let people know what they need to know.
What they need to know.
Like bare minimum.
Who needs to know? Bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
Even then, not at all. You don't even really have to until you're ready to just pop out.
It's
That's
almost
okay
like
too.
when people say like, you know, don't tag your location till after you leave type of situation.
Right. Because
like you want to start letting people know what you're doing when you are already moving on to do something else.
I'm in Dubai right now. Oh, they in Dubai? Bad. We just rob them niggas. You know, so.
Oh, so they ain't at home.
Right. So they ain't at home and they ain't going to be for the foreseeable 4 or 5 days. But yeah, so just stop posting your every move. But then also don't put too much stock in what people are doing online.
Yeah.
It's okay to like and congratulate them, you know, hashtag goals and things like that. But don't take their success and start criticizing where you're at in that process at that time.
Don't beat yourself up because of of an image of another.
Everyone has their own timeline and their own plan, and everybody's race is different. So that's all.
Okay. I like that. I like it.
I like it.
So do you have any petty words of wisdom?
Listen, it's January 2022.
It is here. We're at the top of the year.
You know, this is the month where people talk about their goals, how they want to set the tone for the year and things like that.
New me.
People will quit on you, but you have to get up every day and not quit on yourself. You have to. Sometimes you have to read yourself. You have to talk crazy to yourself and be like, you know what? You say that, you know, you're waiting on your website to get up, but you're on TikTok 3-4 hours a day. Bitch, if you would stop playing on TikTok and playing on Facebook and actually get in your bag and actually work on your business, then you would be doing way better than you are today. That was a read to myself. But sometimes we're in our own way, so you can't quit on yourself.
You got to get out of your own way sometimes.
People will quit on you every day, but it's all about you.
Holding yourself accountable.
Hold yourself accountable.
I like that.
And do what you need to do to get the desired results, because at the end of the day, if it doesn't happen, you are the one to blame because you didn't put in the work.
Okay.
So that's it.
I like that.
That's all.
I like it. I like it.
Well, good. So, you have any other news updates?
Let me just say one more time. If you sick, stay home.
And if you have any food stamps, let us know. No.
And also, if you want to find us, you can find us at www.jnhater.com.
Yes, you can also email us at jnhater@gmail.com.
Yes, you can. And then you can find us on Instagram. You can find me at Lord Hater, and you can find
me at jduce, or you can find us on Facebook.
We're always on Facebook.
Always on Facebook.
Not always,
we're Auntie and Uncle.
Sometimes.
I spend most of my time.
We'll respond though.
We will. So
always.
So guys, again, we thank you for tuning in. Let us know what you think about this episode. If you have any comments, if you have any episode suggestions, we are always open to suggestions. But as we end every episode, if you don't do anything else, protect your peace. Bye, guys.